And yeah, we're just come on here to shoot the shit with you guys. You can find me on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, under Shaun Campbell 2.0, and subscribe to me on YouTube here as well, guys. So come on in, let's talk. I just did a workout, well, not just, like hours ago, I put a live workout up on, like I've been doing my workouts live during the day on my YouTube live here. So I put a workout out today doing my, what was it, a pull workout. So I did back, biceps, forearms, traps, that kind of thing in the workout. So I deadlifts, bent over rows, all that stuff. And then 2 days ago, I did a leg workout live as well. So, and I'm planning on doing another live workout for chest, shoulders, triceps, either tomorrow or Friday. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, so subscribe to the channel, guys. And when live workouts come on, you'll know when I'm on there pumping iron or whatever the hell it's called. At my buddy's gym, that's where I'm allowed to set up my camera and go to town, right? So yeah, so come on here, guys. Let's talk. Let's talk anything fitness, anything bodybuilding, anything working out. And yeah, let's shoot the shit. I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0, guys. I run natural bodybuilding competitions. I compete in natural bodybuilding. I put together workouts, all that kind of stuff. I post stuff on here about workouts, about bodybuilding back in the 80s. I do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just come on in here. Let's talk. And if you're seeing me for the first time, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it because I'm trying to build up the channel here, guys. I'm just going to chill. It takes about a few minutes. It always takes a couple minutes before people start popping on here. So I think it shows up in the feed first for a while, and then people start coming on here. So yeah, so I'm just chilling out, waiting for you guys to come on here. Again, I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. So double tap to like, subscribe to the channel. Ask me anything about fitness, any questions you might have or anything like that. I like to talk about fitness. I like to talk about motivation. I've been in the fitness industry for probably 30 years. I've been running natural bodybuilding competitions for over 20 years, guys. So I have a lot of experience in this. I've competed in over 15 natural bodybuilding competitions myself. So I have quite a bit of experience with all that stuff. And right now I'm doing a push-pull leg split myself, and I'm trying to, I guess, put on a little extra weight or gain a little strength. So yeah, so come on here and we'll talk. Where are you guys from? I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, guys. So yeah. So I'm just chilling here in my place. It is in Toronto. I put out a live workout earlier today, which was a pull workout. So I did barbell deadlifts, barbell rows, pull-ups, barbell curls, reverse barbell curls, shrugs, and what else I do? Abs. So it's a pretty good workout. So if you just go to check out my live feeds, go to my YouTube lives. I save all my live videos. Oh, Kid Jungry from Sarnia and croissants from Quebec, of course. Croissant. It's like a French thing, right? Croissant. Yeah, so come on in here, guys. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm just chilling here, wanting to talk to you guys about anything to do with fitness. I posted a cool video recently about, well, two really cool videos about women bodybuilders from the 80s, okay, and 90s. One is Gladys Portuguese, who is Jean-Claude Van Damme's wife, and I posted her posing video and some pictures and all that kind of stuff yesterday. So the video is just starting to get a little bit of traction. And then I posted a video that's got about 3,000 views of Sharon Brunneau. She was huge in the early 90s, and she was a very sexy bodybuilder as well. So check those two videos out. And I did a book review on the Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. So you might want to check that out. That's kind of cool. Yeah, hi, Kev. Hi, Kid Jungle. Hi, Croissant. So whoever's on here, subscribe to the channel, guys. It's going to help me out because I've been since 2025, I made a mission of mine that we're going to build this YouTube channel. Because I've been off and on YouTube. I've been on social media and all this stuff, but mostly on Facebook and Instagram, right? And YouTube was always like a secondary one because YouTube's kind of like a hard one, right? Because you got to edit videos and all this kind of stuff, and it's a lot more work than just posting a video or a short reel on Instagram, right? But I said I'm going to commit myself this year, 2025, to be the year that I get monetized and become an official YouTuber, okay? And to be monetized, you have to have a certain amount of views and likes and all that kind of stuff. But we're doing really good. I'm almost at 2,100, so 2,100 subscribers. My watch hours, which you have to get to 4,000 for a year, like within a year, so a rolling year, like from this day to a year back, there has to be within a 4,000 watch hours within that year. So whatever time period you're in, it has to be 4,000 watch hours within the year, right? I'm at about 2,100, so we're getting close. That's only been like almost 3 months of going hardcore. Because it's basically December 28th of 2024 is when I started, so January 1st, I guess, of 2025. I started right away. That was my sort of like New Year's resolution, that I'm going to come on YouTube. I'm going to put effort into making some edited videos. I'm going to go on YouTube Lives often. That's why you see me on here often. Even if sometimes, like right now, I'm just coming on here just to chat and shoot the shit. Because I made a goal that I would come on here maybe every single day, right? So here I am. And I'm creating kind of cool goals for myself, like physique goals. Like I just started like a strength phase where I'm trying to put on a little extra body fat, a little extra weight, not worry so much about being shredded or whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to lean down after. So that's the goal. I'm going to try to build up. You got to do it within your own limits. Like I'm not a massive guy by any means, right? So I just want to build up as much as I can, body weight and good body weight with clean eating and stuff, but a clean bulk. And then I want to, once I get to a point where I feel, okay, that's about as heavy as I feel comfortable with, and I start losing like, you know what I mean? I guess you'll kind of know when it's time to start cutting back on the bulking, right? Because I've increased my calories 3 different times already. Because I'm doing it every week, I increase my calories. So I'm slowly increasing my calories every week, and I'm monitoring all the food I eat. So I'm doing like a clean bulk. Like, because typically, whenever I've done a bulk before, it's basically like, yeah, Shaun, just eat whatever you want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's a dirty bulk, they call it, right? That's basically like, how are you going to gain quality muscle and strength and stuff if you're just eating anything, like pizza, you know what I mean? Like just anything. It was basically just eat as much calories as you want to gain weight. So we're trying not to do that. So this time I'm like actually monitoring everything I eat, and it's all healthy foods, right? And I'm going to make sure I get 200 grams of protein a day and all that kind of stuff, right? Like I have my macros figured out. Like I want 200 grams of, this is the basic macros that I'm following this week. 200 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and about 90 grams of fat every single day. That's basically sum it up. And I get within as close as I can to that, right? Cookies and a T-bone steak, that'll work. If you're trying to put on some weight and also get a high protein count, you're getting really good protein and fat, and then you got the extra carbs and everything, so it's not bad. What am I eating exactly? Well, I probably could just break it down because I know what I eat because I eat it every day, right? Well, my first meal of the day what it always is Greek yogurt. So it's plain Greek yogurt. So it's high in protein, low in carbs. 30 grams of almonds I throw in there. I throw 25 grams of chocolate whey protein or vanilla whey protein. And then 5 grams of creatine. And then I'll throw in like maybe 50 grams of blueberries or strawberries or whatever. And that roughly gives me about 40 grams of protein. Probably about 450 calories. You know what I mean? So that's a pretty good, that's my breakfast the breakfast of champions. That's a breakfast I have pretty much every single day. And then other meals I typically have are like 4 scrambled eggs with ketchup, and then maybe some potatoes on the side or something like that to make it around 450. I try to eat about 5 or 6 meals of about 400 to 500 calories each, right? Every morning you do 400 squats. That's fucking hardcore. if you really do that, I respect, man. That's pretty cool. Jody, respect if you actually bang out 400 squats every morning. I like that because that's pretty intense. That takes willpower. That takes discipline. That's good stuff. Running out of food. Don't run out of food. And then another thing I do if I'm really trying to get calories in and I'm in a hurry or whatever, I'll just get the blender out and put like either milk or depending on how much calories I want to get. If I want to get a lot of calories, I'll put milk in it. Or if I don't want a lot of calories, I'll put almond milk if I'm trying to keep it really high protein, low fat. So I'll put like, say, I'll pour a bunch of almond milk and some ice cubes in there because it gives it a nice cold flavor, right? And a sort of like a slushy vibe. And then I don't know, take this with a grain of salt. You don't have to follow this or not because I know people say, don't put whole eggs. I'll put like 4 whole eggs in there. So that'll give you a lot of fat, a lot of protein. And then I'll put a scoop of protein powder in there on top of it. And maybe slice up a little bit of like a half a banana in there. And now I got about 450 calorie shake that's got high protein, high fat, and low carb. So that I do that often. Not often, but probably lately I've been doing about once a day, especially if I'm in a rush and I want to say I'm going to go hit the gym or I got to get out of the house real quick and I'm like, I need some fucking calories and I need them fast, right? Because back in the day, I used to drink whole eggs all the time, but people say, no, you can't do that anymore. You're going to get salmonella poisoning. I've never got it in my life, and I've ate raw eggs ever since Rocky. Ever since I saw Rocky do it. You know, Rocky's a crack, but I don't. I throw them into food. Like if you throw it in a blender with milk or almond milk, I use almond milk so I want to keep the calories low. So with almond milk, and then you throw a scoop of chocolate protein and maybe a sweetener, and then half a banana or whatever. That thing tastes great. I probably end up eating because I find I like quick and easy meals because scrambling up eggs is real fast too. So I'll scramble up eggs and eat them with ketchup as well a lot. I do that a lot. So today I ate, to be honest with you, I ate 8 eggs today. 8 whole eggs. And the whole things, because the fats in eggs are really, really good for you. The only thing that I would ever separate and only eat egg whites is if I was really trying to keep the calorie count low, but my protein high. Like if you're really on the end phase of a really strict diet and you're trying to get super shredded, then maybe I'd go to egg whites. But you need fats. Like right now, the amount of calories for me, I eat about 2,400 calories a day, but next week I'm going to go higher, and I'm going to keep going higher until I get to the point where I say, okay, I'm not feeling, like I'm force feeding myself. And I'm not feeling like it yet, but I'm feeling full. Like 2,400 calories to me is a lot because I don't require a lot of calories. I've never heard that either, Matt. Maybe I'll look into that. I've never heard that if they're raw, that they're unabsorbable or whatever, or not as absorbable as cooked. I never heard that. I'm gonna look into that because I just thought a calorie is a calorie, an egg's an egg. Cook it, boil it, eat it raw. It's all the same. I don't know. So I'll look into that myself and do a little research on that one. Probably do it right now. Actually, just 1 second. I'm on my computer, eh? I got Google right here, so let's fucking jump on this thing. Bear with me a second, guys. I'm gonna come up with a name, whatever answer I get. Oh, my screen's over here all of a sudden. You know, yeah, I got 2 screens I work with. I have a big monitor and a laptop. I have my laptop, but I have a monitor plugged into it, so I can work on. So I'm editing a workout right now that I'm gonna be posting, but I'm not posting it right now because it's taking me a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna take. And I'm not gonna have it ready by tonight because for me I like to post if I post after 10 p.m. I feel like it's too late to post like a video. So whatever. Anyways, let's look up this thing. Okay. I'm gonna call it protein absorption, and what'd you say? God damn it. Bear with me a second here. I'm like screwing up left, right, and center here. Like, what am I doing here? Like, what am I doing? Yeah, so if anyone's new on here, subscribe to the channel, guys. And while I'm looking up this Google shit. There, I found it. Okay. Okay, I just typed it in. Let's see what Google gives me. I'll Oh shit! Basically, what you just told me, buddy, Matt, that was some great advice because I just heard basically the same thing. Like when I Google it, that's what I'm getting here. Huh. Well, I'm not. You know, when you do when you like look into it a little deeper, all of a sudden you hear something different from someone else. Huh. Why do bodybuilders eat raw eggs instead of cooked? Eggs are one of the most nutrient-dense foods that you can eat, as they are packed with 13 different vitamins and nutrients and contain very high quality protein. And because of their excellent protein profile, raw egg whites have always been popular with athletes and bodybuilders. Can you eat raw eggs? The myth to ignore about raw eggs. The nutrition myths to ignore about raw eggs. Let me read that little thing. The problem is with anything, right? You always get like one person will say one thing, someone will say another, and you got to kind of like look into it a bit yourself and see what makes sense to you, and then go with it, right? Because fuck, there's gonna be someone arguing it on both ends. Are raw eggs higher in protein than cooked eggs? This guy say it's basically cooked or not cooked. It's marginal difference. But let's go here to as far as how much protein it has. But let's see here. I think the digestibility is what they're going to talk about down here. Huh. So maybe I'm going to stop this raw egg thing. Yeah, you're pretty much right, my friend. This is crazy. They're saying it'd be like we digest or absorb about 90% of a typical egg, a cooked egg, and only about 50% of a raw egg. Doesn't mean it's necessarily a waste of money, but it definitely goes to show you that, huh? Because people have been doing this for a long time, throwing the raw eggs in there, right? Just basically goes to show you that, yeah, if I ate about 6 raw eggs, I'm probably only digesting about 3, like the nutrients of the protein and nutrients of about 3 of them. Whereas if I did 6 eggs, I would be getting 5.4 or the other, right? So 90% is a big difference between 50 and 90. Oh my gosh, I may have to reevaluate that. I think I might just still do it when I'm in a hurry, but because I basically, yeah, you're ripping yourself off, because now eggs aren't cheap these days. I remember back in the day, you get a dozen eggs for like $2. Well, I'm in Canada, just so you know. So $2 Canadian, right? And now they're like $4. So they used to be like $1.99, you get a dozen eggs. Now you get a dozen eggs for like $2.99. I'm sorry, $3.99. So it's doubled in price since what I used to pay for eggs a long time ago. I'll check it. Thanks for bringing that up, man, because I never even thought to look into that. So I'm gonna like now if now I'll think about that, right? So I'll be more aware. So I'll probably opt for like just fucking cooking the damn things, right? Because no one wants to waste protein, man. We don't want to waste protein. Holy shit! That's the last thing we want to do, right? Yeah. So if anyone's on here, so I have to say every once in a while, subscribe to the channel, guys. Check out the, subscribe to the channel. Check out some of my videos. I posted a couple really cool videos about female bodybuilders who are both muscular and they have beauty and muscle, right? So basically they look way more feminine and natural looking, right? And they're from the 80s and 90s, right? So I did 2 videos on those 2 different ladies. You can go find on my channel. And then I did a book review on the Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, which I have right here. Here's the textbook. I did a book review on this textbook, okay? So go check it out. It's getting a little bit of hype on the online, but not a lot. The one about the Sharon Bernal, the woman bodybuilder, holy shit, that sucker's got like 3,000 views. This one so far got about 200 views, which is not bad, because I'm a new YouTuber. I'm new to this game, right? So I don't get a lot of views yet. Every once in a while, something will get a lot of views. So the woman bodybuilding one got a lot of views, so I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, and again, Matt, thanks again for bringing that up, brother. I never knew that. That's hilarious. I never knew that. I'm going to have to, like, figure out ways to, like, can I partially cook them and throw them in the blender? Like, there's got to be something I can do. Because I like the quick, convenient way of just fucking, like, just getting them into my system right away, right? I like... Because once in a while you need convenience. Once in a while you need to whip things down fast, right? I could just put chocolate protein and milk together, right? And then we're done with it. Instead of the whole eggs, and maybe like a scoop of peanut butter. Because once in a while, if I'm looking to get some extra calories, because I'm trying to get extra calories now, so I'm not used to eating extra calories, I'll make like plain oatmeal. I'll mix in peanut butter, like a scoop of peanut butter, which is roughly 30 grams of peanut butter, and a scoop of protein, which is like 25 grams scoop of protein. Mix that all up. That's one of my meals I like to do too. That gives me about 450 calories, pretty decent amount of protein, good amount of fat and carbs, because I need to get fat and carbs because I'm trying to bulk up and build my, and work on a strength phase too. So I'm trying to build my deadlift, my bent row, my bench press, and my squat, and my stiff leg deadlifts, especially those like 5 or 6 exercises. Those main compound exercises, I'm trying to really build up my strength in all those exercises. And then I'm also working on bicep curls and stuff, but the main focus on those compound exercises. So the barbell squat, barbell deadlift, barbell row, bench press, what was the other one? Stiff leg deadlift. I think those are like the 5. Basically, those 5 are the main compound exercises I want to start using as much weight as possible on. So, and it's going well. It's going really well, because once you start focusing on it and you make it your goal, and I'm watching what I eat and everything, and my weight, I'm already up about 4 pounds. Because I was staying pretty lean too long, right? Like I just didn't have, when you don't have a goal, you don't know what to do, so you just want to look good. So basically my only goal was just to look good. So I was keeping lean. So now I'm not going to worry so much about keeping lean, but I don't want to feel out of shape, right? So I'm going to keep pushing the calories, pushing the weight, building up those exercises, all the strength I can, and just see how thick I can get, I guess, right? Without feeling uncomfortable or like that I'm chubby looking. So I think that's the gauge that people. But I'm doing a clean bulk, so it'll be very easy to control because I'm going to slowly add on weight, right? When you do a dirty bulk, you add weight, like you plaster it on fast because you just start eating. Because basically what people do is they start going buck wild. I'm going to have 6 peanut butter and jam sandwiches, a liter of milk, a bowl of ice cream. They do all shit like that. And that's how they gain all this weight, right? But how can that be good quality weight if you gained all that and you gained it fast, right? It's going to be all fat. Like, I'm slowly tricking my body to start using more and more calories every week, right? And it's working. So what day is it today? It is a Wednesday. Wednesday evening in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It is 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm just here shooting the shit. I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. So if you're seeing me on here, say hi. If you're seeing me on here, subscribe to the channel. And if you're seeing me on here, go check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well under Shaun Campbell 2.0. Just follow me on those social medias as well. That wouldn't hurt. And if you're into bodybuilding or natural bodybuilding, check out my competition website. It's idfa.ca because I run natural bodybuilding shows, and I also run online natural bodybuilding shows, so you can compete from anywhere in the world, guys. So check those out. You know, right now I'm working on editing. This is what I'm doing right now, guys. This is what I'm working on. I'm working on editing a program here. I did a leg workout a couple days ago, so I'm working on editing it and putting the video together. This is the hard part about being a YouTuber, doing all the editing, right? Because I'm not at the point where someone does it for me yet. Like, once I get to the point where I'm actually like a real, legit YouTuber, I'm gonna start hiring an editor so I can bang out more content faster. But I'm not even monetized yet, right? But I guess I'm kind of waiting for me to get monetized, because if I get monetized, that proved to myself that I have what it takes to put in the work. You know what I mean? Because you got to put in the work to get monetized, because you got to put in a certain amount. You got to have a certain quality of product. You have a certain amount of subscribers, likes, views, all that stuff. Basically, you've created a somewhat of a fan base of some sort, right? And you have to be consistent for that. So once I prove to myself that I can do that, and I reach the status of being monetized, I'm going to look into editors and stuff like that to help me out to bring the product up even better, right? But until then, my main goal is just get monetized. And that's one video at a time, one live video at a time, one short, 2 shorts, 3 YouTube shorts a day, or whatever I'm posting. Get on live at least once. This is my second time on live today. I was on live earlier at around, what time was it? I think 3 p.m.-ish. I was on there from 3 p.m. to about 4:30 p.m. And I basically had the live going the whole time I did a workout, back and biceps workout. So if you were on there live, I was talking to people as well, but you could watch the entire workout. The rest, what I do between rests, what I do between sets, all that stuff, because it was happening the whole time, right? I just let it go running the whole time. So when I edit my videos for putting a workout video up, I take out all the rest times, I take out all the breaks between sets, all the stuff, right? But if you watch me live, you see all that. So next time I go on live and do the chest workout, which I'm going to do live, hopefully. Because to do it live, I have to go to my buddy's gym, because I can't just go pop up a fucking phone and go live at the Y or LA Fitness. They won't really allow that, right? But my buddy has his own studio gym where he trains clients, so I can just go in there, pop up my camera, set up his weights and stuff, and then fucking go to town, right? Matt, you're still killing me telling me about this raw egg thing. Jeez, because I was down on raw eggs quite often these last few days, or last few weeks, I mean, because there's a good way to me to get the extra calories in. I was throwing them in a shake. But shit, now I'm finding out only 50% of the raw egg gets absorbed. It's like, oh my God, that sucks. I never knew that. Again, if you're seeing me on here, guys, I see that people see me on here. There's a few people checking out. They just popping in, popping out. They subscribe to the channel. It's Shaun Campbell 2.0. Give a like in here. Let me know where you're from. I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So drop a chat in here. Let me know where you're from, what you're up to, what brings you here. Ask me a question, anything. Just say hi, whatever. Just engage in the chat. It helps me out, because YouTube loves to see engagement, right? Because I'm trying to become a YouTuber. I'm getting close. I don't consider myself a YouTuber until I'm monetized with YouTube, meaning that they recognize me as a creator and they share with me their ad revenues, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? So if they put ads on my videos, which they're going to anyways, right? But I'll get like a percentage of the ads that they the ad money they make off the video, right? It's a very small amount percentage wise. So if you're a small YouTuber like myself, it's probably gonna be very small numbers at first, but as I grow, it gives me incentive and something to, I don't know, just feel incentivized, right? Because obviously, you start seeing money coming in and stuff from it, it's kind of more enticing to really push it even harder on YouTube, right? Because I would love to get editors involved and really put out some banger videos. That'd be cool. Because I got some ideas what I would do if I knew how to do it. Because the editing stuff I can do minor editing, basic editing, but I don't, like, I see other people's videos. I'm like, I would love to do that, but it would take me like days just to bang out a video, right? I'd be like sitting there fucking full-time job for 2 days, a full-time job for the week just to get 2 videos out. Because if I'm doing all this editing that these guys are doing, right? So I have to like sacrifice some of the quality of editing and also do a lot of lives and stuff, and because it's just easier way to get content. Right now I got content. I'm creating content right now as we speak. This is content for my channel. It's not as polished as a edited video and stuff, but it's still content. Because half the key, especially when you're starting out something, is be consistent and have something going out there, right? It was a nice day. It was up to 22 degrees Celsius in Toronto today. That's why I'm rocking like a tank top, because it's kind of, I'm in a condo, right? So it's not cold in here at all. Usually I had nice kind of cold in here, and I always put a jacket or a sweater on, always, right? You guys never see me in a tank top ever, or whatever you call this. What's this? This is not a tank top, it's a sleeveless, or whatever. I never come on here showing too much skin, right? Or maybe I had a good workout. I feel good about myself. Who knows why I'm rocking a tank top today? Or maybe that's my new thing. Maybe I'm testing it out to see how it goes. But so far it's not going good. It's a quiet night tonight. But I'll chill here for a minute longer, a couple minutes longer. Because as soon as I get off here, I'm going to eat some food, but I'm not going to eat raw eggs. I don't want to waste my protein. That really bites, man. You upset me with that one. I'm probably going to do some Greek yogurt, almonds, and some protein powder. But do a big thing of it so I can get about 500 calories, because I gotta get all my calories in today. Because I don't want to be eating too late, my last meal. Oh, shit, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up this. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up this leg workout that I'm editing to put on. I'll be posting this online like tomorrow. So if you check in, so if you're subscribed to the channel and you get notifications or whatever, you're gonna see that I'm gonna drop a leg workout video tomorrow, because I'm editing it right now. It's on my computer screen right now on my editing program. So when I'm done here, I'm gonna finish editing it and all that stuff. And by tomorrow afternoon, most likely, I'll have it posted. So I'm gonna finish it up tonight and tomorrow morning, just to get this leg workout, because I've already like edited all the clips I'm using. I just gotta add, like, add the little things in, like 4 sets of leg extension or something, like all those little prompts I like to put in there to tell people. I like to put like things there so people know what the workout is, and so people could actually look at the video and like write the whole workout out if they wanted to. So I'll write like 4 sets of leg extensions, shoot for 8 to 10 reps your first set, 6 to 8 your next, and all that kind of thing, right? So I add all these little things and then add some music and blah, blah, blah. I mean, just spice up the video. Make it something more than just a guy working out, right? Because I'm thinking about putting together a whole video about push-pull legs, like break it down, the entire split I do. Just so if someone wanted to come on here and see what a push-pull leg split looks like, they could see what it looks like. Basically, because I designed a program. I'm following a program I designed for myself, this phase I'm in right now. So I feel like maybe sharing that entire workout with you guys, and then you guys could just check it out and take from it what you want and explain why I'm doing certain things and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's a value to people. Because it's something, if I were, say, if you're new to bodybuilding, or even if you're not even new to it, I'm not new to bodybuilding whatsoever, but I'm doing this split because everyone should go through that phase every once in a while. Because, like, I don't know, people that try to keep lean or too fit, like too lean or whatever, too long, it's really hard to, like, progress. Because we need to progress, and you need to have, usually to progress or to gain muscle, you need to have a calorie surplus. You need to be having more calories coming in than your body is burning off, right? Because typically a lot of people are sitting on a steady state where they have an exact calories their body needs type thing. So they say if you're 160 and you're always 160, then you're at a steady state. Basically, your intake of calories is the same all the time. So if you want to actually gain muscle, you have to like maybe make whatever you're eating, add a couple hundred extra calories a day to that, and see how that goes. And if you're not really growing much in weight, then add a couple hundred more. And that's kind of the phase I'm on right now. What I'm doing every week, I'm adding a couple hundred extra calories a day. Hey Tobias, thanks for stopping in and saying what's up. I'm doing good. I'm just chilling here. I'm trying to just trying to have a chat with you guys on here, so it's nice to see people jump in here and say hi. It seems to be a pretty quiet night, so I'm just trying to like I'm just hanging out and seeing what happens. If nothing happens in the next little while, I'm just going to jump off. Sometimes you get a lot of people jump on here, sometimes you don't. Tonight seems to be pretty quiet. But yeah, but if you're on here, or Tobias, like subscribe to the channel would help me out. Or anyone who's checking this channel out right now, or this YouTube live, just subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Check out some videos. Like a video here and there, and comment on some of the videos. Like all that kind of stuff helps out. And get those workouts in, guys. I want to see you get up tomorrow and bang out a workout. If you don't have a workout plan for tomorrow, plan one. Get one in. Because consistency is what it's all about, okay? And sometimes when you don't want to go to the gym is when you should go to the gym, right? Sometimes just getting there is like they always say, sometimes showing up is half the battle, right? It is so true. It's so true. And even get in, like if it's just even getting a shorter workout instead of no workout, you know what I mean? Like if you're rushed for time, do some type of workout or do some type of activity or do some kind of movement. Just keep yourself moving, right? Because it's especially the older we get, but we're all getting older, guys. So it's one of those things, you use it or lose it. Your health is what do they say? Your health is wealth, whatever. But it's so true. But your health is like one of those things. If you don't take care of your health, you're eventually going to lose your health. You know what I mean? Or if you don't take care of your fitness, you're eventually going to lose your fitness. So you got to continuously always be doing something. All right, Matt, do back and biceps. That's awesome. And also, Matt, thanks again for that advice, my friend. So now I know. So now every time I go to just throw an egg in a blender, I'll at least know what I'm doing, and I'll have the opportunity to possibly say, okay, Shaun, cook these fucking things, or just say, fuck it. I probably will say, fuck it. I'll probably, sometimes you're just in a hurry, you like convenience. You're like, okay, if it's 50%, it's 50%, whatever. But obviously we don't want to, I feel like doing a real deep dive research into this and talk to like go to some bodybuilding like gurus and see what they say. Because eating the raw eggs and these shakes is a very common thing. So if it actually sucks and it's like it sounds like it does, that shit, there's got to be some way around this to make it more biodegradable or whatever the fuck it was, more digestible or absorbable. I mean, there's got to be something. Because I was thinking maybe you cook it and throw it in the blender, that'd be fucking gross. So imagine if you threw boiled eggs in the blender. They'd probably taste so fucking horrendous. But you don't know. Like, I don't know for sure, but I'm almost positive. Because when they're not boiled, they have no real taste, right? It's just gooey. But when you throw in a blender with milk and all this stuff and ice cubes and bananas and chocolate protein powder, you don't even notice they're in there. That's what I like about it so much. It's just like having more stuff to drink. That's it. Like, there's no taste. Well, there's no bad taste, that is. It just adds more volume to whatever it is you're making. So if you're making like a chocolate protein and milk together, it tastes like chocolate milk. You add whole eggs, it still tastes like chocolate milk. You know what I mean? Yeah, tomorrow or Friday, I'm gonna see what I do because I'm gonna see because I'm trying to also hold back from working out as often because I think with the strength phases, your body it's different. So I'm not really getting like the same kind of pump. I'm getting more of a feeling powerful in the gym, right? But you're supposed to when you're doing these style of workouts, they suggest you take more rest than normal, right? Because you're trying to like tear down the muscle and build it up as powerfully as possible, right? And as long as you're seeing progression in your workouts continuously and you're taking time off, then it's fine. But if you're actually seeing like if you're taking too much time off, maybe your results will start going down, right? So if I'm not seeing any results, because my goal here, I have goals, right? My goal is I want to build up muscle mass, I want to build up overall body weight, and I want to build up my strength on those exercises I mentioned, right? So as long as I'm seeing progression with that, I'll continue with this basically 3 or 4 times a week workouts. Because for a while there, I was working out 5 or 6 days a week. But I was also just maintaining, right? I was just keeping in good shape. Like there was no there's no goals on I'm gonna gain muscle. There's no goals on anything. The only goal was let's continue to look ripped or whatever, or look at a comfortable lean amount like body, so you feel good about your physique. That's basically my only goal was just feel good about myself, which is fine. But now I want to because now it's almost going from I'm not going to work out anymore. I'm going to train because I'm going to consider it training. So I'm trying to put on size and strength and all stuff. So now we're going to the gym and we're training because I have the specific goal. So I'm training. So when I do the deadlifts, I'm in training mode. I'm not just lifting weights no more. I'm training because I might even I'm feeling pretty good about myself. So I'm in my 50s, dudes. Like guys, I'm in my 50s for fuck's sakes. I want to because I came out I compete a lot in natural bodybuilding in my 30s, right? Then I didn't do it for a while, but I came out of not retirement, but I came back after not competing for 10 years, and I competed in a show in my 40s, like around 45 or something, just to say, okay, I did this, right? I did a show in my 40s. Now that I'm in my 50s, I'm like, fuck, man, I want to do let's come out of retirement again, because last time I competed was 2018 maybe. Let's come back again on stage to say I competed in my 50s because I want to compete every decade. That'd be kind of cool. So I'm thinking if I I'm gonna just keep bulking up as much as I can, and then when I start feeling okay, I'm done with this bulking up stuff, I'm gonna slowly bring myself down to see how much muscle I can hold on to, and then get as lean as I can, and then just go in, then jump into a show somewhere, or even just do like a photo shoot or something for myself that I'll share with people. But I think it'd be even cooler, it'd be more concrete or more of a solid goal if I actually jumped on a stage, right? There's a difference between I did a photo shoot compared to I fucking entered a bodybuilding show in the 50s and the Master 50 division, right? And it also shows I walk the walk, I talk the talk, right? I was going to use a tape measure, but then I forgot because I started going at it, so I might not. I might do tape measurements at the end of the bulk because I haven't used tape measures in a long time because I've always used the mirror. But back in the day when I was real hardcore competitor, from about 28 to about 35, I competed a lot. I took it very seriously. I lived the life. I lived and breathed competing in natural bodybuilding shows, right? And my physique was my best those years too, because also the age is Your 30s is about your perfect physique, like your skin tightness, your leanness, all that stuff is you're at your optimal, right? So anyways, yeah, I used to tape measure on, but I didn't, and I was kind of pissed off that I didn't do that. But I know my body weight at all times. I know basically what I look like. Like I'm looking at myself in the mirror, so I'm looking at myself saying, okay, I'm feeling good, and I'm monitoring. So I know exactly what I eat all the time. So I know exactly what my calorie counts are. I know exactly what my body weight was during all this time. So when I go to reevaluate everything, I'll know all my lifts and my strength on how it patterned out. So I'm gonna have a chart made. I'll make a chart of it, and then I'll probably take all my body measurements at that point after I get to the heaviest I want to be at. See if it says like whatever, I'm up 10 pounds from before. Okay, so okay, this is the weight, and now we'll reverse everything, and then I'll take all the tape measurements. I should have done it right from day one, but I've been on this for 3 weeks now, and I just thought of that recently. I'm like, fuck, man, why didn't I tape measure this shit? Or take pictures of myself, my shirt off too. But I got enough pictures of me in tank tops working out and stuff that I can use it still to say, okay, there I am at this body weight. Because I know exactly my body weight. Because I've been weighing myself every morning for like a year. But that's just because it's part of my routine. I get up, I weigh myself. I jump on my elliptical, I do my elliptical, I get off there, I have the same breakfast I have every fucking day. You know what I mean? It's my routine. But yeah, the tape measure would have been good. So if you want to do ideally perfectly, a tape measure, and also doing maybe a body fat testing would be cool too, but I didn't, I just woke up one day and said, I'm going to start this routine. I didn't fucking put a lot of thought into it. Because you know what because I like to strike when the iron's hot. Like when you come up with an idea, just fucking jump on and go for it. I went like on 1 week and I said, fuck man, I'm gonna like on Monday I'm just gonna fucking start a new phase. And I just woke up and started the fucking thing, right? I'm a small frame guy. I'm only like because I weigh myself first thing in the morning before eating, so I weighed like I only weighed 155.8. But I want to get my first goal, like I'm going to slowly get there, but my first goal is to break 160. Because when I competed, like at my ultimate best physique on stage ever, it was probably like 143 pounds, right? Like I competed that light. Like sometimes I compete anywhere from 142 to like 146 in that area, right? But I come and shred it like a son of a bitch because I got a small frame. Like you can't tell because the camera's close, but like my wrists and stuff are very small. Like I got a very small frame, right? So yeah, so my first goal would be to hit 160. I haven't been over 160 in years and years and years because I'm always trying to keep in good shape. So I'm always keeping around 150 because 150 for me is in really good shape. Being shredded, like ridiculously shredded where you got all the fibers showing and all that shit and veins everywhere, I'm like low 140s, right? But in good shape, I'm in 150s. So I never get over 160 because that's when I know, so I feel like I've started to get out of shape looking, but I've never actually did a clean bulk before, so I feel like I'm going to get over 160 with looking not too bad. And then get to about that would just be really cool if I hit 165 and then I start reversing it from there. Because basically on my plan, how I see it, if I gain 1 or 2 pounds a week, to get to 165, probably be like a 12-week process, right? But I think I can be in pretty decent looking shape with pretty decent strength at 165. That'd be the goal. This is the life of a natural bodybuilder, my friends. A natural, like an average genetic natural bodybuilder, right? Because fuck, when I was a kid, I used to wrestle under 90 pounds. Like I was 84 pounds and under in high school, my first year. The heaviest I got in high school was like 130 pounds. And that was at like 19 years of age. The heaviest I was like 132 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. So yeah. Yeah, the frame is light, right? So that's why. So if I'm wearing clothes, people think, oh, he looks small. So if I show a little bit of skin, that's why when I do my workout videos, I always make sure I'm wearing like a tank top or something because I just look like I look. It's a natural bodybuilding curse, right? When you're wearing clothes, people think you're small because you're not overly like these like big guys just look big in clothes, right? Or especially enhanced people, right? They fill out all their clothes differently, right? Natural guys are more of just like a athletic look and physique, but then it's got more of an aesthetic appeal to it because they train in a way to build like a nice aesthetic, right? But yeah, so like I was only my heaviest in 130s in high school. That's it. But then after high school and all that, by the time I started getting into working out, my first goal was to get to 140, and that was like bulking up. And then I had a goal of get to 150. And I think I've been over 160 a few times in my life when I try to get there. But yeah. But yeah, so I got the ectomorph frame, but I still got a genetic that I can still build a little bit of muscle. Like I'm not pure ectomorph, so I guess I'd call myself ectomeso. But my body, my bone structure, like when people like see my knee or something, they'll put their hand around my knee, like, holy shit, that's small. Because they'll think my legs are huge, but then they'll get up close to me and they're not that huge. But proportions are big for my body type, right? Because I got small ankles, small knees, small hips, so things just look bigger, right? Because my one buddy said, "Holy shit, your legs are fucking huge." But then when he gets up close, like his legs are probably bigger than mine, but his also joints are way bigger than mine too. So the illusion is that my legs are bigger. Like, holy shit, man, you have huge legs. Because it's but it's like, no, if you see me, my ankles are probably the size of your wrist. But I have decent sized calves, but I have like the smallest fucking ankles. Not smallest, but you know what I mean. Like I'm not a mesomorph frame. Like mesomorph frame guy is like my one buddy's about my size. He looks like my size, and we're about the same size in clothes and everything. But he weighs about 20 pounds because your bone structure makes a big difference. Like I literally, when we were in university together as roommates, we'd wear each other's jeans and shirts and all that stuff. But yet he outweighed me by like about 10, 15 pounds. But then when you could see his wrists, he had like his wrists were way thicker than mine. His ankles were way thicker than mine. So the bone structure plays a lot in how much you weigh. Ah. You know, it's one of those things that people like to lie about, like what their height is, what their weight is, and all that stuff. They lie because they don't like a lot of guys will say they'll throw an extra inch or two on their height. They'll throw on like 10 pounds of weight on their body weight, like all these things. Because since we're on social media, I could easily say I'm 170, but me, I'm 155, right? I'm 155.8 to be exact. That's it. And to me, that's not even that light. Like that's not like I don't look that light. Like you know what I mean? Like if that makes any sense. And I'm exactly 5'9", right? Like some people will say like a Wes Watson saying he's 6 feet, and he's like, it turns out he's like 5'8" and a half, 5'9" or something like that. But he's telling everyone on social media he's 6 feet tall because people are so insecure about height and weight. And then Wes Watson will also say he's 250 pounds, even though the guy's hugely jacked up on drugs. But it turns out he's like under 230. But still, like under 230 at 5'9" is fucking huge. Like, so why are you so insecure that you gotta say you're 6 foot and you're 250? Like they round everything up, like just out of insecurity. Because look at some of these guys, how built they are in UFC. You see them fighting, and because people that tell their true weights, oh yeah, the guy's like 135, but he's like, that guy's fucking built. What do you mean 135? Or you get these ectomorph frame guys who actually are kind of built, but they're ectomorphs. They're 6 foot, and they're fighting at 155. It's like, what the fuck? Goes to show you body structures, and we all have such different body types, right? And the bone mass of a person is a huge deal, right? If you got a small structure or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or you're going to weigh a lot lighter than someone else. Which is good and bad, right? Because bodybuilding is a sport of illusions, right? It's not what you weigh, it's what you look like you weigh, if that makes any sense. How big do you look? It doesn't matter how big you are. How big do you look? Like if you got small joints and stuff, all your muscles look bigger all of a sudden. So it's about how big is your bicep compared to your elbow or whatever. How big is your forearm compared to your wrist? How big is your calves compared to your knees and ankles? How big are your quads compared to your waist even, and your ankle and your knees, right? Like everything's compared. Or if you got a really tiny waist, everything looks way bigger. And some people don't have that naturally. Some people have like they call it blocky waist. And so no matter what you do, your hip structure is your hip structure. You cannot change. You cannot change it. Another thing I don't have is the wide clavicles, right? That's always been something that's irritating, but I don't have it. It is what it is. So if someone has wide clavicles, they all of a sudden look like their V-taper is way more drastic. But for some reason, I'm a small frame guy, but I got big lats. So if I have my lats out and I'm standing there, my lats out, it kind of can take away from my shoulders being like looking like they're narrow, because they're thinking this fucking guy's back is wide. So I can still get the big V illusion and then hold the arms out and the lats fill in that gap. So it's all an illusion, my friends. Because now that I'm on this new routine, I'm working out and I'm starting to feel stronger, and I feel like I'm putting on weight and I'm taking creatine also, I'm feeling good. I'm getting the bug to compete. So now I'm thinking like a competitor, like I want to jump on stage. It's just, I'm fucking crazy. Well, those are good little tricks. Your forearms will get hit anyways from all your other exercises. When you hit biceps, back workouts, all that kind of stuff, your forearms are getting hit. I don't really directly hit them, but for this new routine, I added reversed barbell curls just to hit that little part right here, just so I feel like I'm working the forearms. I'm trying to get overall workout, but I only do like 3 sets of reverse barbell curls. So I'm not doing a lot, but I'm adding something in, right? And I used to think that way too with the traps, but I noticed also over time, it looks really impressive when your neck is thick and you got that muscle. The traps look impressive, I'm telling you. So I'm advocating to bring the traps back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bring the shrugs back. I stopped doing shrugs for years and years. I think because Robert Kennedy in a book long time ago, either it was Robert Kennedy or Vince Granada. Is that the guy's name? There was a guy named Vince Granada, I think it was. Yeah, Vince Granada. I think that's his name. I'm not positive. But he said those exact same things you're saying. Like, don't work the obliques because you don't want to get a blocky look. He went as far as like, don't do squats because it'll build a thick torso. And then he would say stuff like, don't do traps. But then I realized once I started building up traps, it actually gave me a thicker looking neck, because nothing looks worse than having like a skinny looking neck in clothes, right? You don't want to have a skinny neck. But I understand what you're saying. But then if you want to work on the clavicles, depending on what kind of how you're genetically are for side deltoids, if you got a nice cap, then just really work those and build the width, right? That's another thing I don't have. I don't even have the fucking caps. Like, I've been doing this for 30 years, so I know your genetics are your fucking genetics. I'm just doing the best as what I can. Because my way around the V-taper is to fucking work my lats. Because for some reason, I've always had lats. Like, everyone has that thing. I've always had lats. I've always had a decent chest. I've always had pretty big triceps for my size. My quads are super cut. Like, there's certain things we have genetically, but gaining a lot of muscle mass was never my thing. Or being really powerful was never my thing. Because I'm not a short, stocky guy. And I was always athletic. So I'm athletic, if that makes sense. And I've always worked mind-muscle connection, so I've always focused on that a lot. Well, hit the traps. Give it a shot, man. we'll just reassess whether you like the thickness of your neck or not, right? Because I just find like I feel cool. I don't know. I started doing traps, and it just feels cool to have like a thicker neck. I just liked it because I feel like because it builds up a little bit of height here, right? So right here, so you got something sticking out a little bit. I don't know. I don't really got. You can't see from the angle I'm at, but like if I'm wearing a tank top that's like a tank top, like a smaller one, you can see the traps. And traps look good for bodybuilding too, like when you hit the rear pose especially, because your trap makes up a big portion of your middle back, right? So if you're hitting a rear double bicep, having a thick trap, like traps, really comes in nicely, right? So it does. And then when you do a lat spread anyways, your traps disappear anyways, right? So it's not going to affect the looks of your shoulders and all that stuff, right? So it's a muscle group that looks impressive, and it's just as much seen from the front as is the back. So when you hit a rear double bicep, you're squeezing the shoulder blade a little bit together, just a little bit. That middle part, that middle V that you see, the triangle between the shoulder blades, that's traps, man. So if you ever have a aspiration of competing or anything like that, you gotta throw those bad boys in. But if you're doing stuff like deadlifts or anything like that, you're gonna hit your traps anyways. Even back exercises, because when you squeeze your shoulder blades, you're hitting mid traps. The upper traps are more the shrugs, right? Time under tension and control. That's the best way to do it. It's all about muscle connection, right? Muscle mind connection. You got to feel the muscle working. We're not just going through the motion. You're not just throwing weight around, right? Well, I'm going to jump off here, guys. I've been on here 1 hour and 1 minute. So holy shit. I was just planning on jumping in here for a second and shoot the shit. But I don't know. Yeah, good talking to you too, Matt. Thanks for that advice about the eggs, because I had no fucking idea. So I'm going to look way more into that. Or obviously it's a fact, so I really don't need to look much into it, but I just gotta realize that when I'm throwing the blender, I'm wasting half my eggs. So fuck. So it's kind of like, yeah, you're in a hurry, buddy, but you're basically wasting half of the eggs you're throwing in here. But that's okay. Sometimes you're in a hurry, you gotta have some sacrifices, right? But I'll just know if I got time, cook the shit. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Shaun Campbell 2.0. So check out subscribe to the channel if you get a chance. Or if you haven't yet, just subscribe to the channel, and we will talk to you another time. All right, Matt, take care.